Picture this, you're standing in front of the most breathtaking colonial architecture you've ever seen, your camera ready to capture the perfect shot. The cobblestone streets gleam under the setting sun, locals smile warmly as they pass by, and everything feels like a dream. Then suddenly, 3 figures emerge from the shadows. Your heart pounds as you realize you're completely alone, miles from help, in one of the world's most dangerous places for solo travelers. This isn't a movie scene. This happens to real tourists every single day in some of the planet's most deceptively beautiful destinations. Today, we're exploring 7 stunning locations that look absolutely incredible in travel brochures, but hide dangers that could turn your dream vacation into your worst nightmare if you visit alone. Before we dive in, let me be crystal clear about something important. This isn't about spreading fear or telling you to never travel. These places all have incredible beauty, rich cultures, and amazing experiences waiting for visitors. The key is knowing how to visit them safely and understanding why going solo simply isn't worth the risk. We'll cover the specific dangers each location presents, real statistics that might shock you, and most importantly, safe ways you can still experience these incredible places if you choose to visit. Some require guided tours, others need careful timing, and a few should only be visited during daylight hours in tourist zones. By the end of this video, you'll have the knowledge to make informed decisions about your travel plans and stay safe while exploring our amazing but sometimes dangerous world. Let's start our journey in South America with a city that breaks hearts in more ways than one. Caracas, Venezuela sits nestled in a valley surrounded by majestic mountains, creating one of the most dramatically beautiful urban landscapes in the world. The city pulses with vibrant Latin energy, colorful street art covers building walls, and the aroma of fresh arepas fills the air at every corner. Historic plazas showcase stunning colonial architecture, while modern skyscrapers reach toward the Andean peaks. The warmth and friendliness of Venezuelan people is legendary throughout South America, and their passion for music, dance, and celebration creates an atmosphere that draws visitors from across the globe. But beneath this captivating exterior lies a harsh reality that makes Caracas one of the most dangerous cities on Earth for solo travelers. The numbers are staggering and sobering. Caracas consistently ranks among the top 3 cities globally for murder rates, with over 60 homicides per 100,000 residents annually. That's more than 10 times higher than cities considered dangerous in North America or Europe. Petty crime occurs at astronomical rates, with armed robberies happening in broad daylight even in tourist areas. Express kidnappings have become tragically common, where criminals abduct victims for short periods to drain their bank accounts through ATM withdrawals. Solo travelers become prime targets because they lack the safety that comes with group awareness and multiple sets of eyes watching for danger. The economic crisis has driven desperation to extreme levels, making tourists with cameras, phones, and foreign currency incredibly attractive to criminals who have little left to lose. Police response can be unreliable due to corruption and resource constraints, meaning help might not arrive even when you manage to call for it. Many areas of the city become completely lawless after dark, and even during daylight hours, displaying any signs of wealth or tourism makes you an immediate target. If you absolutely must visit Caracas, your only safe option is joining organized tours that work with trusted local security and stay strictly within predetermined safe zones during daylight hours. Even then, experienced travel guides recommend against it unless you have compelling personal or professional reasons. The Venezuelan government itself advises against solo tourism in the capital. Moving south along the continent, we arrive at one of the world's most beautiful cities, hiding pockets of extreme danger. Cape Town, South Africa, stretches magnificently between the azure Atlantic Ocean and the iconic Table Mountain, creating postcard-perfect scenery that has earned it recognition as one of Earth's most photogenic cities. The Victoria and Alfred waterfront buzzes with world-class restaurants. The historic city centre showcases stunning Dutch colonial architecture, and the surrounding wine regions produce vintages that compete with France and Italy. Penguins waddle along pristine beaches just minutes from the city centre, while cable cars carry visitors up Table Mountain for breathtaking panoramic views that stretch to the horizon. However, venture into the Cape Flats area alone, especially after sunset, and you enter territory controlled by some of the most violent gangs in Africa. This sprawling township area houses over 1 million residents in conditions ranging from middle-class neighborhoods to desperately poor informal settlements. Gang warfare rages constantly between groups fighting for control of drug trafficking routes and territory, with innocent bystanders frequently caught in crossfire. The murder rate in Cape Flats exceeds that of active war zones, with over 300 homicides per 100,000 residents annually. Armed robberies, carjackings, and sexual assaults occur daily, particularly targeting anyone perceived as having money or valuables. Solo travelers who accidentally wander into these areas, often while trying to reach tourist attractions or following GPS directions, become immediate victims. Even within Cape Town's safer tourist zones, crime spikes dramatically after dark. Muggings, phone thefts, and assaults happen regularly on streets that feel perfectly safe during daylight hours. The contrast between day and night safety levels catches many solo visitors completely off guard. The safest approach involves staying strictly within established tourist areas like the waterfront, city center, and main beach districts during daylight hours. After sunset, use only trusted transportation services and avoid walking anywhere alone. Township tours exist but should only be undertaken with reputable companies that provide proper security and stay within designated safe areas during daylight hours. Our next destination takes us to Colombia, where colonial charm meets modern danger after dark. La Candelaria in Bogotá, Colombia represents one of South America's most perfectly preserved colonial neighborhoods, with colorful buildings lining cobblestone streets that have remained virtually unchanged for centuries. Street artists create stunning murals that tell stories of Colombian history and culture, while tiny cafes serve some of the world's finest coffee in cozy settings that feel transported from another era. Museums showcase pre-Columbian gold artifacts that rival anything found in major world capitals, and the area pulses with intellectual energy from nearby universities and cultural institutions. During daylight hours, La Candelaria feels magical and relatively safe for tourists who stay alert and avoid displaying expensive items. Local police maintain a visible presence, tour groups move through regularly, and the area bustles with legitimate activity that provides natural security through numbers. But when the sun sets, La Candelaria transforms into something entirely different and exponentially more dangerous. The narrow colonial streets that feel charming during the day become perfect ambush points for criminals who know every alley and escape route. Tourists become prime targets for violent muggings, with attackers often working in coordinated groups that surround victims and leave no escape options. The statistics are alarming. Robbery incidents in La Candelaria increase by over 400% between sunset and sunrise, with solo travelers comprising the majority of victims. Criminals specifically target tourists because they carry cameras, phones, cash, and credit cards while being unfamiliar with escape routes or local emergency procedures. Many attacks involve weapons, and victims who resist often suffer serious injuries beyond simple robbery. The maze-like street layout makes police response extremely difficult, giving criminals ample time to complete attacks and disappear into the urban labyrinth. Safe visitation requires strict adherence to daylight hours only, preferably as part of organized walking tours that provide group security and local knowledge. Evening cultural events should be reached via trusted transportation directly to venues, avoiding any street walking after dark. Many hotels and hostels provide specific guidance about safe movement times and routes. From South America, we travel to the Middle East to explore a UNESCO World Heritage Site caught in conflict. Sana'a, Yemen stands as one of humanity's architectural masterpieces, with towering mud brick buildings rising like ancient skyscrapers from desert valleys, their geometric patterns and decorative elements unchanged for over 1,000 years. The Old City represents the world's largest collection of preserved medieval Islamic architecture, with some structures dating back to the 7th century. Intricate stained glass windows catch desert sunlight, creating kaleidoscope effects inside buildings that have housed families for dozens of generations. Traditional souks overflow with frankincense, spices, and handcrafted silver jewelry, while the call to prayer echoes across minarets that have marked time for centuries. The cultural heritage here rivals anywhere on Earth, representing a continuous civilization that has adapted and thrived through millennia of change. Unfortunately, ongoing civil war has made Yemen one of the world's most dangerous countries for any visitors, let alone solo travelers. The conflict involves multiple armed groups, foreign military interventions, and constantly shifting control over different territories. Kidnapping of foreigners has become common, with both criminal groups and armed factions seeing tourists as valuable bargaining chips or sources of ransom money. Most governments maintain complete travel bans to Yemen, with diplomatic evacuations having removed nearly all embassy staff years ago. This means that if something goes wrong, your home country likely cannot help you. Medical facilities have been destroyed or severely damaged, making even minor injuries potentially life-threatening. Infrastructure has collapsed in many areas, with fuel shortages, electrical outages, and water scarcity creating additional dangers beyond the direct conflict. Solo travelers would face all these risks without local support networks or group safety. Currently, there is no safe way for tourists to visit Sana'a. The few international organizations operating in Yemen require extensive security protocols, armed escorts, and emergency evacuation plans that are completely beyond individual tourist capabilities. Even when the conflict eventually ends, rebuilding safe tourism infrastructure will likely take years. Moving to Brazil, we encounter a community that showcases both human resilience and the complexity of urban poverty. Complexo do Alemão in Rio de Janeiro sprawls across hillsides overlooking one of the world's most beautiful cities. Its colorful favela homes creating a vibrant tapestry that contrasts dramatically with the luxury beaches and neighborhoods below. This community of over 100,000 residents has produced incredible artists, musicians, and entrepreneurs despite facing enormous challenges. Cable car systems now connect the favela to the rest of the city, providing both transportation and stunning aerial views of Rio's iconic landscape. The creativity and community spirit here is extraordinary, with residents transforming their challenging environment into something beautiful through street art, music, and strong neighborhood bonds. Local businesses thrive, children play soccer on impossibly steep hillside courts, and families maintain dignity and joy despite economic hardship. However, Complexo do Alemão remains largely controlled by drug trafficking organizations that view unauthorized visitors, especially solo foreigners, as potential threats to their operations or opportunities for quick profits through robbery and extortion. Territorial disputes between rival groups can erupt into armed conflict with little warning, trapping visitors in extremely dangerous situations. Police operations in the favela are often military-style raids that create additional risks for anyone caught in the area during enforcement actions. Solo travelers cannot distinguish between legitimate residents and criminals, safe areas and danger zones, or friendly approaches and potential threats without local knowledge and protection. Navigation through the favela's maze-like layout requires intimate local knowledge, as GPS systems often fail and street signs are inconsistent. Getting lost here as a solo tourist could easily become life-threatening. The only safe way to experience Complexo do Alemão is through established community tourism programs that work directly with residents and local organizations. These guided tours provide cultural education, support the local economy, and ensure visitor safety through community relationships and local knowledge. Reputable tour companies maintain agreements with community leaders and provide experienced guides who can navigate both the physical and social landscapes safely. Our journey continues to Egypt, where ancient beauty meets modern security concerns. The Sinai Peninsula stretches between Africa and Asia like a bridge between civilizations. Its dramatic desert landscapes, punctuated by some of the most historically significant sites on Earth. Mount Sinai, where Moses reportedly received the Ten Commandments, draws pilgrims and hikers to witness sunrise over peaks that have inspired religious devotion for millennia. The Red Sea coast offers some of the world's most spectacular diving and snorkeling, with coral reefs teeming with colorful marine life in crystal clear waters. Bedouin communities maintain traditional lifestyles that have adapted to harsh desert conditions for thousands of years, offering insights into sustainable living and deep environmental knowledge. Ancient monasteries preserve manuscripts and artifacts that span centuries of religious and cultural development. However, parts of the Sinai Peninsula, particularly areas near the Gaza border and certain remote regions, face significant security challenges, including terrorism risks and kidnapping threats targeting foreign visitors. Several incidents in recent years have involved tourists being abducted by criminal groups or extremist organizations seeking ransom payments or political leverage. The vast, sparsely populated landscape makes it extremely difficult for security forces to patrol effectively, creating opportunities for criminal activity and making rescue operations challenging. Solo travelers become particularly vulnerable because they lack group security and may not be quickly missed if something goes wrong. Border areas face additional risks from smuggling operations and cross-border conflict that can suddenly turn dangerous for civilians in the vicinity. Remote locations lack reliable communication networks, making it impossible to call for help if emergencies arise. Safe travel to the Sinai Peninsula requires staying within well-established tourist areas like Sharm el-Sheikh and Dahab, using reputable tour operators for excursions to religious and historical sites, and avoiding border regions entirely. Group tours provide both security and local expertise, while ensuring that someone always knows your location and expected return times. Finally, we venture to one of Earth's last frontiers, where tribal traditions meet modern challenges. Papua New Guinea's highland region showcases some of the planet's most dramatic mountain scenery, with mist-covered peaks rising above valleys where hundreds of distinct tribal cultures have developed in relative isolation for thousands of years. The biodiversity here rivals the Amazon rainforest, with countless species of birds, including dozens of bird of paradise varieties found nowhere else on Earth. Traditional festivals display elaborate headdresses, body painting, and ceremonial dances that represent cultural traditions stretching back to humanity's earliest settlements. The Highland people have developed sophisticated agricultural systems, complex social structures, and artistic traditions that fascinate anthropologists and cultural enthusiasts worldwide. Villages perched on mountain ridges offer glimpses into ways of life that have remained largely unchanged despite modern pressures. However, tribal conflicts still occasionally erupt over land disputes, resource access, or traditional grievances, creating situations where outsiders can inadvertently become involved in violence they neither understand nor can control. Law enforcement presence in remote areas is minimal or non-existent, meaning that if conflicts arise, there are no authorities to intervene or protect visitors. Some tribal groups remain deeply suspicious of outsiders, viewing foreign visitors as potential threats to traditional ways of life or sources of unwanted cultural change. Solo travelers lack the cultural knowledge necessary to navigate complex social situations and may accidentally violate tribal customs or protocols, potentially creating dangerous misunderstandings. The challenging terrain and limited infrastructure mean that medical emergencies or injuries could become life-threatening due to evacuation difficulties. Communication systems are unreliable, making it impossible to call for help in many areas. Safe travel to the PNG Highlands requires working with experienced local guides who have established relationships with tribal communities and understand cultural protocols. Group tours provide security through numbers and cultural education that helps visitors understand and respect local customs, while ensuring that someone always monitors your safety and whereabouts. Before we wrap up, let's quickly mention 3 locations that almost made our main list. Naples' backstreets in Italy can become quite dangerous after dark, with organized crime activity and aggressive theft targeting solo tourists who wander beyond main tourist zones. Manila's slum areas in the Philippines present serious safety risks, including armed robbery and kidnapping, particularly in districts like Tondo, where poverty and desperation create dangerous conditions for obvious outsiders. Tijuana, Mexico, despite being a popular border destination, has extremely high crime rates, including cartel violence that can affect tourists who venture beyond established tourist areas or visit at the wrong times. Each of these locations can be visited safely with proper precautions, local knowledge, and avoiding high-risk areas and times. So which of these incredible but challenging destinations would you still want to visit despite the risks? Have you been to any of these places and experienced the beauty alongside the danger? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your stories might help other travelers make informed decisions about their own adventures. Remember, travel is one of life's greatest gifts, but staying informed and making smart choices ensures you return home with amazing memories rather than cautionary tales.